Are you a South African musician trying to figure out why you need a mailing list? Welcome to this episode where I plan on demystifying just that. Now recently I've had a few consultations where I've spoken to musicians and I found that a lot of them, most of them, do not have newsletters or mailing lists, which I find very concerning because the easiest way to get to know your audience is through constantly talking to them, which usually means you either have their numbers or their mailing list. So typically, for example, how I run my system is I use Aweber in order to have an email mailing list, and then I also couple it with WhatsApp. So I have a broadcast list and a WhatsApp groups where I constantly keep the audience engaged and give them new content. So I highly suggest, if you do not have a mailing list yet, that you get onto Aweber and start collecting emails in order to keep people informed on your music. So I'm going to share 5 reasons why you should have a mailing list. The very first reason you want to have a mailing list is you have direct connection to your fans. Remember back in the day, there were all these musicians that popped off of radio. Nowadays they pop off of streams and then they almost disappear afterwards. That is simply because they do not have direct connection with their fans. Most of these people typically do not engage with their fans constantly, therefore there is no long-term relationship built and maintained. That is why the first reason you want to have a mailing list is to keep direct connection to your fans, even if you may lose popularity. Feeding off from number 1, number 2 is that now you own the direct connection with your fans if you have a mailing list. The reason you want to do this, we all know all these platforms come and go and they constantly are changing their algorithms. For example, in Facebook, when I started my Facebook page, when I posted up something, I would literally get all my audience to see everything that I have posted. The difference came later on where Facebook changed the algorithm. Now only 10 or 15% of my audience saw my content on my Facebook page. Therefore, I'd have to boost my post for an audience that's already accepted to receive my content. They changed the rules. When you have an email list and the number, they will not change the rules. You are in charge of the rules. In other words, you have the keys to the castle and you own the actual castle. So you own the audience if you have a mailing list. Number 3, probably the one that may interest most people, is you have direct access and direct marketing to your fan base without actually having to pay. Not like other terms of ads platforms such as on this exact YouTube, for example, or even on Facebook where you have to pay ads, or Google. You have an audience, an email list where you just send out an email and you should be able to generate direct sales using your mailing list. So it's a cheaper way to get the message for new sales to your audience. Number 4, another reason you want to be building a mailing list is people on your list are already aware of your hustle and therefore they are more interested in the things that you are sending. Typically in a mailing list, people request to join or they sign up. So they're already accepting that they will be accepting kind of information or other things to do with your career. So they're already technically called warmer audience and warmer audience. Therefore, they'll be more willing to click on your link and hear your story about your music and the hustle and how you're progressing in your music career. Better than, let's say you have 10,000 viewers on Instagram or followers on Instagram. That audience comes and goes and are more considered like bystanders. They're not really invested in. But on an email list or specifically a broadcast list, these people are more interested and therefore the conversions will be better with the list. Email conversion should be cheaper because you already have access to those emails, and if you really want to bootstrap it, you don't necessarily have to use a service such as Aweber. You can actually just use your Gmail, but you get better statistics and analytics in order to know what is working, what's not working, and there's a feedback loop to know what links are being clicked on. Therefore, you know what content your audience is into. Since you now own the mailing list, conversions should be better. You can use this mailing list into your Facebook ads platform and directly market to the people that are on your list. As you know, they are already a warm audience. You could also create a lookalike ad similar to the previous one where Facebook figures out people that are similar to your list and therefore should improve your conversion rates and reduce the cost of your ads. But I highly suggest that you collect emails and collect numbers by making a lead magnet, etc. That is a video for another time. But if you want to know how many streams you need to make 1,000 Rand, watch this video.